German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is on a 3-day diplomatic visit to China. He has taken a business delegation with him. He will meet President Xi Jinping and other senior officials in China. But why has the German Chancellor visited China? What is Germany's agenda behind this visit? In this video, we'll try to understand the issues that will be discussed between Germany and China. Broadly speaking, tensions in the economic relations between China and Germany and the differences between these two countries regarding the Russia-Ukraine conflict will be discussed. Western countries including Germany are not happy that China has not yet criticized Russia's aggression and that China has maintained trade relations with Russia, whereas Western countries including Germany support Ukraine. So there will be discussions on the differences between Germany and China regarding providing support to Russia. Considering the negative sentiment towards Russia in Europe, this is a very important matter for Europe. By the way, another important matter is the increase in China's military presence in the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait. This is also a matter of concern for Western countries. But given that China is very sensitive about Taiwan, let us see whether the German Chancellor raises this issue or not. Then there will also be a discussion on the stability of the Middle East region regarding how China can contribute to de-escalating the tensions in the Middle East. Recently, when Iran retaliated against Israel, China had asked both countries to exercise restraint. Then when we saw the fallout of the Israel-Hamas war in the Red Sea, with Iran-backed Houthi rebels attacking ships, China asked Iran to curb these attacks. If you remember, China had also mediated between Iran and Saudi Arabia, reducing tensions between these two historical rivals. So there will be discussions with China regarding reducing tensions between Israel and Iran in the Middle East. These were political issues. Now let us talk about economic issues. We know that there is a lot of suspicion across Europe regarding China's trade practices. The trade deficit between China and the European Common Market is often discussed. Frequent discussions take place in Europe on how to reduce their dependence on China, which they call de-risking from China. Talking about Germany, Germany had also published its China strategy, in which concerns were expressed regarding China's unfair trade practices. There were also discussions about what supply chain vulnerabilities Germany could face. It mentioned that efforts have to be made to reduce dependency on China. Theoretically, this is fine, but practically, it will take a lot of time. It will take decades for Germany to reduce its dependence on China. Global value chains are not changed in a few days or a few years. It takes a lot of time. It takes many decades. China is not only an important market for Europe, but also a major supplier. Over the past few decades, we have seen China make significant gains in European markets in various sectors. Sectors like electronics, pharmaceuticals, metals, machinery, etc. China is rapidly rising up the global value chains. China's global export market share is increasing rapidly. Due to this, Europe's market share is declining. So this is also a matter of concern for Europe. Currently, the European Union is investigating Chinese electric vehicles. The European Union believes that China makes its exports competitive by providing state subsidies, due to which European firms have to face intense competition from Chinese rivals. China's green tech exports become cheaper in Europe, causing local manufacturers to suffer. So right now, investigations are ongoing on cheap electric vehicle imports from China. To protect local manufacturers, the European Union can also impose punitive tariffs on them. This is also a point of tension between Europe and China. Then if we talk about the Chinese market, European companies have to face unfair market barriers there. There are allegations against China that it tries to squeeze out European products from its domestic market. So China's market share is increasing in Europe, while Europe's market share is decreasing in China. So these trade practices will also be discussed during German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's visit. Germany is China's largest trading partner in the European Union. In 2023, there was trade worth more than $270 billion between Germany and China. In fact, 20% of Germany's total trade volume is with China, meaning 1/5 of Germany's total trade is with China. China is Germany's top trading partner. So even though Germany and even Europe might be thinking about de-risking and diversification, their interests will compel them to maintain business ties with China in the near future. Because de-risking and diversification will take time. This will not happen all of a sudden. So in a way, during this visit of the German chancellor, an attempt will be made to balance the security concerns and economic interests between China and Europe. If anything important comes out of this visit, we'll bring an updated video on it. Thank you for your time.